I don't see you yet, but I hear you, but I'm not in the room at the moment. So.
Okay.
Okay. In my own speaker, and usually I can. You might not see me right now, by the way.
It's still laggy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting this on YouTube. Is your audio coming from YouTube?
That was just YouTube there.
Okay. That's okay because the YouTube is slower than the real-time audio.
Okay.
Yeah, so listen to me through whatever you're in Zoom
Yeah, I
on.
turned off the YouTube.
Yeah, because that's where that weird lag's coming from.
Okay.
Whew, okay. Make sure says we're live. Okay, so you do see us on YouTube though, right now.
That's what I'm going to click on now and see if it's. Uh, I see me on there. I guess it's live.
Yeah, that's fine. You'll see whoever's talking, I think is who it shows,
Oh, okay.
but as long as you're seeing one of us on there.
Yeah, I'm on there now, but I think it's lagged.
Yeah, there's going to be a delay.
Did you go live on YouTube?
Yeah, we should be live on YouTube right now.
Okay. Can anybody hear us?
Yeah, if they're watching us on YouTube, they should be able
With
to
I'm
hear.
saying, you put a comment or something in the box to see if. I'm just seeing how far behind it is. Ba, 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 ba.
Be nice if it would just be press one button and everything works fine.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
There's the live chat. Looks fine on YouTube. That was L&M Paranormal. Old
Okay.
Mikey.
There we go. All right. All right. So there's a little bit of a lag on YouTube, but that's they're seeing it just fine. So
Okay.
anyway, if you're ready, we're gonna go ahead
Sure.
and hit the old record button here.
You have a fancy intro?
I do, but it won't be on until I upload it.
Okay.
I do have a theme song, so
Fancy.
all right. Here we go. Hey, everybody, this is Sean Coletta with It Came From the Podcast. I am so excited to see everybody joining us on YouTube. Episode 1 in I want to say my new venture. For those of you that already know who I am, you know that I came from another podcast that did very well. I'm still very happy for it, and it's still available. So if you guys want to, please don't be afraid to check out the Old World Paranormal Podcast. 126 episodes that I was a part of, and I'm sure many more to come. So definitely check that out. But as for us, it came from the podcast as something brand new. I've got guests lined up all the way into December. And, it came down to who do I want to set the bar? Who do I want to be the mold that everybody else has to break? And one person jumped out at me right away, somebody that I've known for, well, it's been a few years now. He is a jack of many trades. He is a career firefighter, for one. I always mention that first when I talk to you, because that's a big deal. I mean, being a first responder, running into buildings that are on fire and rescuing people, I could never do that. That's beyond the scope of what I'm capable of doing. But firefighters, you're a hero, and that's how I look at you as well. So I appreciate you doing that for us. Also, a filmmaker, lead investigator for Southern Heat Paranormal. An investigator for searchers. You can now be found on Beacon TV. We're going to talk about that because that's really cool. You are the owner of Spooky Entertainment and the Bleckley County Jail. That's quite the resume. Yeah, you better live up to the hype, Mike. I'm telling you.
Jesus, I don't know when I find time in a day to do all this kind of
stuff. I know. How do you find time?
I don't. I'm always.
I just want to let everybody know, especially everybody that's joining us on YouTube right now. Hello, everybody. Haunting Angels, Cold Hawk, Katie McVeigh, L&M Paranormal, Lee, and Mike. Love you guys. For those of you that watched the podcast I was previously a part of, some of those could go on for an hour, hour and a half, sometimes up to 2 hours. These are going to be a little bit smaller episodes, between 30 and 40 minutes. Reason for that is, if anybody else out there is like me, you'd start tuning out after a half hour. But I really want these to be digestible when you get in the car on your way to work, flip it on, listen to Mike Angus, and when you get to work, your episode's done. So I think that works out pretty cool, and we're going to see how it works. So you get to be the guinea pig for all this, Mike. So,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So, hey, I appreciate you coming on and being my first guest. Yes. I appreciate you. I love you a lot, man. You're a good dude. We've had some
appreciate that
pretty cool investigation together.
Yeah.
But the first thing I want to talk about is, we've already talked about all these categories that you're a part of, all these things that you do. But let's talk about the new venture. In July, we were at the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, and all of a sudden, word started going around this entire convention. Shane Pittman has huge news, immense news, gigantic news. Nobody knew what it was. Why don't you tell us what that big news is and where you are currently at in the progress of that?
So this has sort of been a dream of Shane and Josh for a long time. And it all started it started a little bit before that, but it sort of all came together with Mike Cook. We were doing a fundraiser at the Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. And Josh met Mike there, and he had this whole big system set up, and they started getting the talk in, and the ball started started to roll, and they started to think and have meetings, and lo and behold, January of 2024, we're on the road filming in Michigan, Detroit, Indiana, all these different places. And so with what you were saying at the bash, they did finally announce the big announcement, which we waited a long time for, just because they had to get a lot of stuff together and have it ready to go. But that's Stream Beacon TV. And basically the concept is all these big networks were canceling shows and doing their own thing and just force feeding what they wanted, their agenda, and what you wanted to see. So basically they canceled all the paranormal stuff or anything that dealt with those kind of things. They're like, okay, well, we're done with that avenue. So when they come up with Stream Beacon TV, it was basically for the viewers, because they kept reaching out. Hey, man, can you do this? Can you do that? We miss seeing this. We miss seeing that. And of course, the more they thought about it, of course, Josh and Shane have a lot of contacts, and they reached out to some talent that was looking to pursue what they were doing in the paranormal, and lo and behold, uh, long story short, of course, but Stream Beacon TV was basically born, and man, it's just skyrocketed. I'm telling you, like every day, every other day, or I'm talking to Josh or Shane. It's just like there's more news, and they just announced that they're basically going to relaunch uh, with Cindy
On the
Kaza,
collective.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Dave
Well,
Schrader.
well, technically that would be the Holzer files, but I'm not quite sure how
No,
they're
I don't
gonna.
think you can say that.
Yeah,
but
well,
but
it's a cast of the
the
Holzer
cast,
files.
yeah, there you go. So
Will be involved in the show. And one thing that I thought was great too is, you know, when we're talking about paranormal television,
mm.
things are going more toward smaller branded things like Beacon TV. And I don't mean smaller, like Beacon TV
No,
is
I
a
know what you're
small
saying. I
thing.
know what you're
I
saying.
mean something more compartmentalized for people that
Right.
really are into paranormal investigating. Um, and when they first announced this, everybody at this convention apparently went right online and tried to subscribe because
And
it crashed the servers for a
yes,
couple days.
yes,
Uh,
yeah.
so yeah,
And
it was pretty cool just
it,
to see that
to see
happen.
that. But
It really was.
and it's not only the paranormal stuff that's on it. I mean, they're having true crime.
Mm,
They're having some. There's comedy mixed with paranormal. There's some
Bigfoot stuff.
Bigfoot stuff. I mean, there's just
Yeah.
a slew of stuff that it's going to deal around a lot of that things, but it's still going to have different avenues for
Mhm.
different people's taste. And of course, we hit the road in November with Brian and Rochelle.
Mhm.
Yeah, for their new shows.
Oh, what's the name of theirs?
I just slipped off my mind.
Was road trip with Brian and
Yeah,
Rochelle? Okay.
something down that. Uh, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's
Paranormal road trip with Rochelle
yeah,
or something along those lines. But
yeah,
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 and
yeah. So
those two are so goofy. I have them both on later in the year as well. Um, so as far as what you are doing for things for this network, are you going to be involved in several different programs, or how is that going to work out for you?
I'm sort of the jack of all trades when it comes to Beacon.
Okay. Okay.
I do a lot as far as a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now because the thing I wanted to push with them and is to get this up and running and whatever they needed to make that happen. Uh, I wanted to be one of the key players for that. So basically, anything from how, videoing,
Mhm.
setting stuff up to even maybe even being some of the episodes to drive in the RV. I mean, it's just
Mhm.
everything, a jack of all trades, a master of none, basically, when it comes to this. But and that's okay. I like the challenge, and that's even in my career, I'm always up to the challenge and have been for a long time. So, like I said, the biggest thing for me was to make sure that this network it was was a hit and got to where it needed to be. And obviously, I was just a small part of that. But
Mhm.
yeah, basically, whatever comes down the road. I mean, this year alone, I've probably taken off 300 hours worth of work with leave just to be on the road and to work on this project. So I think I share a lot of the same passions as those guys, and I
Mhm.
know when this all come down the line from the networks and what the viewers wanted, and I think I connected with that, and I think that all come together and made this final product, and it just continues to grow. So, but yeah, you'll see me doing a lot of different things, especially for them. You may see some
Cool.
of my reels I'll post, maybe see me on some episodes and whatever down the road. But
Yeah, I've noticed I haven't seen you so active on social media as you have been
I
here over these last few months. So,
I know people might get tired of me. I know, like I try to separate like my work one or like like spooky and like my
Mhm.
paranormal stuff from away from like me and my family
Right.
stuff, and it's just like I know it's all over. People probably get so tired of seeing me post all this stuff, but that just tells you how passionate we are about Beacon TV. I mean,
Yeah,
all the guys are that way. It's not like I'm just doing it just to do it. I mean, literally, I'm like that excited to make a post about Beacon TV and to get it out to the people because it's their network. So
right. And one of the cool things too is having known you for a while and been out in the field with you, I feel like I kind of know you as an investigator in person. And the one thing that I really appreciate about this, and not just you in particular, but a lot of the other people that are involved with this too, Brian and Rochelle and Vince and all those people, is that I always talk about people chasing fame and people chasing the dollar, and you are not one of those people. And the people that are associated with Beacon TV and the people on these programs, they're not either. They're the people who had an opportunity and said, oh, just like you were just saying, whatever you want me to do, I'm going to do it.
right.
Whether it's driving a truck, being behind a camera, or being on film, it doesn't matter to you. And that's what I love about these independent things, these newer networks that are coming out. I think that they are eventually going to take the place of a lot of these big TV shows.
Oh, for sure.
You see, Ghost Adventures has just been moved to the Discovery. They're not on Travel Channel. It's a whole new channel that they're being moved to. There's a lot of movement going on the television side now. And I think it's become, as I've said many times before, the television programming has become more paranormal entertainment than paranormal investigating. I mean, you got to take a look to it, like what Brandon Alvis and Mustafa Gadalari are doing right now with their haunted discoveries. We'll have them on later in the year too and talk to them. They abandon the approach of paranormal entertainment, and a lot of what they do now is more scientific. And so I think that as a community, we are starting to reach that point where the change in direction is coming. What do you think about that? Do you think we're finally starting to disengage from the
Man,
BS?
I hope so. You know what? And I think to play the devil's advocate, I think a lot of it is the networks were pushing the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Making that push to get views and to push it out to get endorsements and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think with when your heart's in it and you don't have overhead that's telling you to do this, do that. And I've heard it. We've been out filming in different places, big places that they've filmed TV shows at over the years. And the person that owns and runs it will tell you, they spent 5 days there with producers filming the same stuff over and over and over again to make sure. Obviously, you want to get it right, but it's not all about that. And I 100% agree with you. I think finally, after that has sort of calmed down and people are going on their own and like we did, it is what it is. If I've gone to places that haven't got any results or very minimal results. I mean, I'm lucky sometimes. I do get a lot of results, but like I said, there's times that we don't. So, but yeah, I think it's all when your heart's in it, it shows in the end product. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what you're seeing with these smaller platforms is people's vested in this. They want it to work. So they're not going to push that TV narrative and run down the hall
Mm-hmm.
screaming and being possessed and all that kind of crazy stuff. So yeah, yeah, I'm
Possession
fine.
equals ratings, Mike. Come on,
Okay.
man.
No, I get it because I watch TV all the time. I watch reality TV in my experiences in the last years doing this. And I get it. I know why they're doing it. You got to pay the bills at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
and we're not that way. I mean, we work hard. It's good quality products, and it's for the viewers. And what you see is what happened.
Right. And the price of the subscription is more affordable than half of these streaming services out there
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Right.
Was it 4.99?
$4.99
I
locked
mean,
in.
you've got so much programming on there, and like I said, it's in its infancy stages,
Sure.
but there's already content on there for you to absorb, and then more coming. So
Right.
it gives you a lot to look forward to. Leah and Mike of L&M Paranormal said people are going to YouTube and smaller networks for their paranormal fix, and I think it's awesome. Everyone gets that chance to have their videos
Yeah.
seen, and
Yeah.
that's what it's about. That's where the community aspect is. I think a lot of people are under the impression that in order to be seen, you have to be famous. And that's just not the case. And that's what Beacon TV is showing. Yeah, some of the people on there have been on TV shows in the past, but they've done their own thing since then, and
Right.
been very successful
Right.
at it. So,
Right.
um, so yeah, I'm super excited for Beacon TV. I'll give you a chance to shout them out at the end, let people
Oh
know
yeah,
how to
yeah,
do
yeah.
it.
Where to find it? Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, the app is out now, so that's
Yeah, just
really
hit
cool. I like that.
Roku today. Roku TV just available
Okay,
now on there. So I did see that earlier. So I did think I should
okay,
check it out. So if you have Roku TV, it's now. I guess they have an app store. I think it's all sort of similar as far as
yeah,
Fire
like Amp,
Stick.
Fire Stick,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
You just
Yeah, I
download
thought
that
pretty
and
similar. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so another thing I want to talk about,
yeah, man. Shoot away. Let's talk,
because I want people to come down to the Bleckley County Jail.
please.
So between all the other stuff you have going on in your life, um, I'm assuming that that's still going well.
Yeah,
Tell people, just give them a Reader's Digest about the Bleckley County Jail,
yeah. We'll
and
give you
then let them know how they can come down and visit, what they got to do to do that.
Yeah, yeah, we'll give you a little history that of what we know. But
Yeah.
Bleckley County Jails in Bleckley County, Georgia, the city of Cochran, was founded in 1915, where it was built as citadel type construction. Looks like actually like a castle. So if you get on when we get off the podcast, or if you can now, if you get on Facebook or my Facebook, you'll see a link for my link tree, and it's if you click on that, you'll see a link to the old Bleckley County Jail. But built in 1915, of course, the Southern Jail. So I don't have to touch too much about how that went for a while. But thank see, I'm talking about it makes me choke. But thank God we're away from that and we moved on. But it's open to the public for public investigations to anybody. It's cheap, and we've had a lot of good interactions. Me and Matt back in April, maybe 2022, 2023. I guess it's been longer than I, yeah, maybe 2022. Had an opportunity to, the jail has sat empty since 2006. So we had an opportunity to clean it all up and open it back up to the public. And that's what we did. And since then, we offer overnight investigations. Sometimes we'll open it up for a couple hours so the public can come see it. But yeah, we do overnights from 7 p to 7 a. It was 200. It's going to go to 300 just because of the cost. Everything has gone up. But we offer, obviously, we do have air conditioning since we're in the South, running water, toilet. I mean, it's pretty much the way they left it when they closed it is the way it is still now. Just we cleaned it and added some stuff because they obviously took everything out. But very active place. Like when we want to tune ourselves in or do some type of experiment or have some type of device or go live or um, just to get out and mess around. We always get
I was going to
activity.
say I've tuned in when you guys have been doing some of your TikTok lives down there,
Yeah,
and some of the stuff that
it's
happens.
crazy.
It's not every single time, but
No, no.
it's pretty relatively frequent that something happens.
Yeah,
And I've seen a couple things, and I'm just like, wow, I want to be there right now to see
yeah.
this in person.
Like the
Because it's
responses
pretty
are
cool stuff.
crazy. Like
Yeah,
intelligent responses. I mean, have had conversations with a through a device down there. I mean, it's
yeah,
insane. Like, and everybody that comes, obviously not all the time, but generally they have some type of interaction, some
hmm
type of response. So
yeah,
the history, the building itself, maybe where it was built, what was there before, ties a lot into that. But yeah, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
and that's why we always had interest in it before, because we knew we would go in there and train with the fire
Mm.
department, and
Oh.
there was always activity.
Mm.
And so when we had the opportunity to say, "Hey, do you want to open this up?" That's why we knew then that we had to jump
Sure.
on it. But yeah, like I said, you hit my Facebook up, go to the link tree. You can scroll down. I don't know where it is on there, but it'll say Old Bleckley County Jail. Give it a like and follow on Facebook. I'll post videos. We're doing Friday Night Frights starting this Friday. We're have some special guest investigators. What I did is I reached out to some local groups to highlight them.
Nice.
So yeah, the first one is I'll be there, Josh will be there, and then War Party Paranormal out of Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're coming up. Well, hopefully,
Okay.
pray for Florida.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
my gosh.
yeah, and then the 20 or the 18th, I have two local groups. Um, one is my volunteer. One of the girls, her and her husband volunteer, so they're going to lead the thing. And there's
Okay.
a group out of Savannah that's coming up. And then the last one is my volunteers, and then Cross the Line Paranormal is going to come up, and people that only sold 10 tickets per night. Anyways, so they're going to come up and host all that and give them some publicity and some time to investigate.
Very cool.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the main. Just like we talked about Beacon, when you put your heart into something, that's what we did with the jail. We
Hmm.
wanted something for people to come to do what they wanted to do, to experiment, have interactions. It wasn't overpriced, it was decently clean, and we basically open the door and give the jail to you, and you just investigate as long as you want. So
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I mean, the price you said, even though you're going to have an increase, that's 12 hours of investigating. And how many people can you have at one time?
we say about 10. You get too many, then it's just too
Okay.
much. It's big, but it's not that big.
Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, that's a deal right there. I still want to come down at
yeah,
some point and get, as soon as I'm able, I definitely
oh,
want
I
to come
get it.
down there because,
I get it. I get it.
like you said, I've watched you guys investigate that place, and it's one of those things where when you know the history and then you watch the investigating, it's like I want to experience that.
Right? Yeah,
So
I'm
so
telling you,
yeah,
man.
definitely. If you guys are thinking of going down there, don't think twice. Just do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are booked pretty solid, especially through spooky season.
Oh yeah.
And I'd imagine since it is warmer down there, are you busier typically during the winter months?
Yeah, I mean it's you can't beat Santa Claus, but
Right.
January, February, people you'll I don't know if we're ever solidly booked, but yeah, we get some people coming down from the north. It's warm down here, so if you're cold in the north and want to come down and investigate, we get a lot of people out of Tennessee, Kentucky, that type of
Yeah,
thing. So
Lee and Mike from L&M Paranormal said road trip, Sean. So
yeah, come on,
hey, we might have to pack it up this winter and come down there.
come down. We'll all hang out and just investigate. And like I said, that's your type of response that I'm hearing now, and the responses we hear online as well. That's all we wanted.
Hmm.
We're not gonna we don't make I don't make we don't make any money on this place. We pay the bills, the water bill, electric bill, and hopefully enough money in the bank to pay the next month's bills. So
Yeah, yeah, and that's how it is with a lot of locations too.
yeah, we're
You
not
know, there are some people out there who are charging ridiculous amounts of money because it's not always about making tons of money. Like you said, you want to keep it open for people to come in and experience it, even if it doesn't make you a whole lot of money. And again, just another thing that I appreciate about the way that you do things. So, yeah, that's fantastic.
yeah.
Um, so, aside from whatever you have going on with Beacon TV right now, what else do you have going on as far as places that you're going to be investigating by yourself or with the team?
Oh man. Matt decided that this earlier in the year that he was going to take some time off and just sort of do his stuff, and uh,
Okay.
we were going to just do some local stuff, and then um, so hopefully in 2025, we can come up with a new game plan and get out to some places and
Hmm.
try to do some more filming besides with Beacon.
Hmm.
But I don't know, man. It's just so much going on like right now, and
Yeah.
and, and other stuff coming in for 2025. But definitely, we're definitely have stuff in the works to get out and at least local, get into some things and hopefully get some content put back up on YouTube and let the people see and
Hmm.
enjoy it. So, what
Yeah.
about you? What about you?
Well, I mean, to be completely honest, right now, this podcast is kind of the main focus for me. Um, I had a lot of stuff in positions where I was ready to, push buttons and make it happen. Uh, I didn't know what was going to happen, and it turned into an incredible thing. So, um, I am going to be going to a couple places here soon. Some places that I haven't been in a long time. One of my favorite places is the Monroe House. Have you ever been up there?
No, there's so many places I want to go. You know what I mean?
Uh, Also called the Monroe Demon House.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no. Um, but man, if you ever make it back up this way, we're gonna have to plan a trip
Yeah.
up there for
What's
sure.
in it
But
with Indiana, man? Indiana, Ohio, it's like haunted central.
yeah, yeah,
Kentucky.
Indiana, Ohio, and even Illinois.
Yeah.
Um, we got Blood Moon Paranormal out there in Illinois, and they've got all the spots. They got the Joliet prison and all kind of stuff out
Jesus.
there. So
I'm
the,
jealous.
the
Everybody's like,
Midwest is
yeah,
a hotbed. Hey,
yeah,
anytime you want, man, you come up here. I got a spare bedroom, dude. We'll
yeah, hell yeah.
do it big.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I got a couple places coming up, couple conventions coming up.
Yeah.
Next year, I've been invited to a couple conventions to speak. So things are going in a way different direction than they were before. And I'm really excited about it.
Awesome.
So I'm
Awesome.
taking whatever I just like yourself, man. It's whatever I get, whatever I can do
Right.
to be a part of something. That's what I'm about, man.
Yeah, man.
So
I like the
uh,
challenge. I like to, right, like you said,
yeah,
just be a part of it, get out, see stuff,
yeah,
interact with people, share your stories, hear their
yeah,
stories. Man,
yeah,
that means a lot to me. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
thanks. Yeah, I got some stuff coming up next year lined up already. So, trying to
Okay.
line that up and then of course with Beacon and family life and all that kind of stuff. So it's sort of
Mhm. That's where
walking
the
that,
balance is. Yeah, for me
yeah,
too.
walking that tightrope, right? Obviously.
Yeah,
Sure, sure.
yeah. My daughter's a freshman in high school this year. She's playing
Uh,
soccer. Basketball's coming up. My wife's a kindergarten teacher, so it's like, ah,
yeah, you try to
but
balance it out.
but
Yeah, man.
eventually it all comes together. So, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on and being part of my first episode. I
Yeah.
really do. Means a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, Tell Matt I said hello,
Yes.
and hopefully taking time off is sometimes a good thing. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's had stuff
mean,
coming
we
up.
all have to do it from time to time.
Sure.
Um, and again, continue to be safe out there when you are out there putting out fires and helping people out. Before we let you go, I
Yeah.
do want you to talk about anything you want to talk about. Talk about Beacon TV. Let people know how they can sign up for it. Tell them how much it costs. Run over the Bleckley County Jail thing again. Anything you want to plug so that people are able to follow
Yeah.
you and watch your misadventures. I mean, adventures.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. That's what if you like I said, if you get on my Facebook, there's a link tree. Check check that out. It should have all my stuff attached to it. And we can start down the list. Beacon TV, stream Beacon TV, download the app on all your major devices, Apple, Android, Fire TV, Roku now. Log in. There's a couple of different plans. The cheapest is $4.99, and then it goes up to the legacy membership, and that includes some other little perks and behind the scenes stuff. And I think with the legacies, what they're going to do is every year do some type of event, party, give something away. I mean, reward the legacy members, give them a little extra for doing that subscription. But stream Beacon TV .com or all the apps, App Store, Google Play, whatever you can get your apps at. Make sure you get that downloaded. There's some content on there now. There's going to be more and more and more. Trust me. Next year we're headed to the UK, so it's yeah. We have a
Very
lot of
cool.
yeah. Again, check me out, Michael John Angus. I'm on Facebook, Spooky Entertainment. That's sort of like the parent Facebook thing, but I guess not parent, but the parent company. And
Mhm.
but yeah, please check out Old Bleckley County Jail for sure. Give us a like and follow. Um, I do have a few episodes out from over the years on YouTube at Voices of the Past by Southern Heat Paranormal on YouTube. And that's what I think I'm on sign on to this um, podcast underneath the YouTube page is Southern Heat Paranormal Voices of the Past. So I try to post some older episodes once in a while on YouTube. People go back and watch and enjoy. But um, if you're going to be around, October 26th, I'm going to be in New Jersey at the soiree hosted by Gen Holland and Ghosted Magazine, which reminds me real quick. I was fortunate. Big heart here. It really touches me. Is I was actually I had a article published in Ghosted Magazine for their anniversary edition.
Nice.
Yeah, so um, it's just not about ghosts and all the spooky things. It's actually the article comes from my heart and what I preach and what my journey has been and where it's going. So I was really excited when they accepted it and they published it. So Ghosted Magazine, please check them out. But we'll be in Camden, New Jersey at the Supernatural Soiree with Patty
Ooh.
Negri and a list of
Oh,
other people. Big party. I think there's tickets available for that. Please, if you're in the East Coast, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and you want something fun to do, it's on a battleship, USS New Jersey.
oh,
So
cool.
yeah, so of course we have our events at Bleckley County Jail. Line of stuff up for 2025, and we hit back on the road with Beacon starting November with Brian and Rochelle. So I'll try. If you follow me on Facebook, please do, or Spooky. I'll try to always put some little behind the scenes stuff up for the viewers to see and some candid pictures and all that kind of stuff. I try to put up just to show that what we're doing is actually for the people and coming from good people. So I know that
Sweet.
that was a lot. I'm sorry if I overloaded everybody.
No, no, that man, this is your time, man. This is
That's all
the
right,
Mike
man.
Angus show right now.
Oh, geez. Well, I hope the bar isn't set too high. So I think Dustin Pari's on after me, and so
Actually, I was just gonna say, our guest coming up this Thursday. Wait a minute. Yes. Did I
Thursday.
write down the wrong day? Well, I've got so many people. I'm doing
Oh,
some Thursday episodes as well.
sweet.
This Thursday is going to be Dave Spinks, and then
Okay.
next Monday is this the first double header. J.D. Hill, one episode, followed. Well, I'm sorry, Dustin Perry will be on
Right.
first, followed by J.D. Hill. So
Wow.
that's
That's a
going to be
lot.
interesting. Week
Yeah.
after that, Father Ken Torres. Uh, we got them lined up, man. We're gonna have lots of cool episodes coming up. So,
I love it.
uh,
I'm glad I'll be a part of it.
hey, I'm happy you were able to do it. Thank you to everybody watching on YouTube. If you have not subscribed yet, uh, please do. I'm not a guy who cares about numbers, but if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. That way, you know every time that we're going live with a new guest, because we're going to do this every single weekend with every single week with every single guest. All of our social media is at It Came From the Podcast, TikTok, Instagram, uh, whatever other ones are out there. I'm on those too. But yes, thank you everybody for joining us. Thanks, Mike, for joining me, man. I really appreciate it.
Anytime,
You
brother.
are
Anytime.
not only number one in my book, you're number one in the podcast. So
Thank you.
if you can just do me one thing before you leave, just if you could just leave everybody and say, this is Mike Angus, and you've been listening to It Came From the Podcast.
This is Mike Angus, and you've been listening to It Came From the Podcast.
What a way to end. Thank you very much, buddy.
See ya, man.
Thank you.
Yep. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
yeah. Keep me posted, or hit me up sometime. We'll talk, chat, or whatever you need.
Definitely. Definitely. For sure.
All right, man. Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Thanks, buddy.
Ah, bye. I don't know how you turn this off.